First day of class, spaz, I'm kinda laden. Second day, fixed reps, making them sound amazing. Hanging with the F's, Chi's, alphas, and thetas. Father was a Q, so you know I'm living Omega.
Hey YouTube, so I'm going to be doing a college tip video for you because the new school year has started, at least for some people. Maybe the school year hasn't started for others. Today is Tuesday, September 8th. So hopefully this video will help you guys, especially for you incoming freshmen, but this also can apply to all grades. I'm a 5th year senior this year, so I'm hoping that this can help everybody of all grades, because maybe this is some stuff that you haven't thought about before, or things that can help you, or things that you can still improve on as you go into your senior year, or even your 5th year as a senior. So I'm going to go ahead and get started, and I have 10 tips. So the first one is, never take a class just because you think it will be easy. Will more than likely turn out to be one of your hardest classes in general, or just your hardest class of the semester. And I really firmly believe in not taking classes just because you think they're going to be easy, or taking a 1,000 level class just because you think you're going to slide through and barely have to do any work. I've heard so many people over the last 4 years that are like, this turned out to be the hardest class that I have ever taken, or that I'm taking right now, and it's killing me, even though it's supposed to be a 1,000 level class. So definitely take things that you are interested in, which is my second tip. Always take classes you're interested in. If you can switch out classes with other classes, do it. Double check all options with your advisor. No matter how easy or hard the class is, it will not matter, because you're interested in the class and the topic and will strive to get something out of it either way. So I have taken classes that are hard, and I was fine with it because I was interested in the topic. So one of my majors requires me to take a lot of math classes. So I had to take calc, I had to take statistics, I had to take number theory. Those are some pretty hard classes. Discrete mathematics. Geometry is really not that hard, but it is more to it once you get to the college level. So like, don't think geometry is going to be easy if you're good in high school, because it definitely can still be hard, especially because you have to go over proofs. And proofs are just like, there's a statement and then you have to prove it, and there's already like proofs for a lot of things in math, but you have to understand why the proof makes sense and then reiterate that on the test and stuff like that. So I was still interested in the class, and it wasn't very, I guess, cumbersome for me, because I enjoy math. I enjoy like getting stuck and then figuring out why I'm stuck, and then I'm like, oh, okay, I get it. Oh, that makes perfect sense. And then also like being able to help other people. And then I've taken African American Studies classes. Well, one of them wasn't like that hard, but one of them was really hard. But it was so hard to where the class had to talk to each other, and we just bonded that whole semester and just were going through the struggle in the library, like right before assignments were due. It was like crazy, but we just pulled all-nighters like together. Like, we would go around the corner and see another group from class sitting over there struggling, and we'd be like, so where you at? What you doing? Are y'all good? And everybody be like, nah son, nah. So it was just hilarious, and we all bonded, and we got something out of the experience because we liked our teacher, and we kind of like we saw the purpose in doing the projects. It was never like, oh, this is a dumb assignment. No, we got something out of every single thing. So it wasn't like, oh, this is a hard class, I want to drop this. Some people did drop. A lot of people did drop the class. And maybe they weren't that interested in it, or maybe they just felt like, I ain't got this to do. But if you're interested in a class and you really want to learn that topic and excel in it, then you're gonna do better than if you take an easy class and it turns out to be super dumb hard, and you're just gonna be like, what did I get myself into? So, and then also my thing with switching out classes. So every college, I'm sure, has a list of classes that you have to take. You have your general classes that you have to take just because you're in college at that college, and then you have your requirements that are major specific. So you have to take these to to be able to get your degree within this specific major. So I have to take I had to take an English class this semester, and the class that that was on my DARs for Ohio University, they're called DARs, and I didn't want to take that class. I was like, yo, this is about to be boring and super hard just because I'm not interested in it at all. So I went and tried to find some well, I wanted to take a class with this one lady, and I ended up finding out that she was leaving, so somebody else was going to teach it, but the topic of the class was still something that I was interested in regardless of who was teaching it. So I asked my advisor, can I switch it to this class? And I think like both classes, like the class that they wanted me to take and the class that I actually wanted to take, were both 3,000 level classes. So my advisor was like, well, if the lady in charge of your major doesn't care about you switching it, then fine. And I know that lady, that professor, and she didn't care. She let me switch it. So always like ask your advisor and ask people that are in charge of what classes you can take, or telling you whether it fulfills a requirement or not. Make sure you talk to those people that are in charge of those things and let them know, like, I really don't want to take this, or I think this would benefit me more. Can this be substituted for this? Never just take something for what it is. I mean, always ask questions. It's your money you're paying, your time that you're giving, and it's ultimately your degree and your experiences that you need to walk away with that will qualify you when you go out into the real world. Okay, so then number 3 is let your focus be to get one bachelor's degree. You could be trying to get 2 different majors or minors, but only be worried about graduating with one. And if you can graduate with more, that's great. Don't even declare if you do not have to. Some majors you have to in order to get into the classes, apply, or have prerequisites for certain classes to move up. Having a minor is more likely to not be as troublesome. And so pretty much I say number 3 because I am a double major and have a minor. I just declared my minor last school year, so it's not like I was trying to accomplish that the whole entire time. But when I went into my freshman year, it seemed like the way the classes were laid out, and talking to my advisor for my second major, that I would graduate in 4 years, even with 2 different majors that were in 2 different colleges. Well, things in the program changed, and then also just doing not extracurricular things, but like doing things that amount to more credits. It ended up so I wouldn't have time to do 2 majors in 4 years. So I would just really recommend, off of my experience, not to double major at least, but to have a minor or choose a double major that's in the same college, so then a lot more can apply to the second major, versus it being in 2 different colleges and having 2 different college requirements, therefore having to take more classes. From my experience with having 2 different majors, I would not recommend somebody do what I did, just because if you want to ensure that you are going to graduate in 4 years, stick to 1 major and maybe a minor. That also ensures that you will continue to get your financial aid. And I'll get to that as we go on in the video, what I mean by that. With this tip, it's pretty much on you as the student and as somebody who knows what they want for their life and your financial situation and your determination. So then there's another little note that I put with this tip is, what if you don't finish the other degree? So say that you don't want to declare, or you do declare but you decide to go ahead and walk and just apply for the 1 degree that you were really focusing on, but you still have all these credits and maybe you're almost done with those other minors or degrees. So you kind of want to finish them. Well, you can try and see if it's possible to enroll into a master's program within that college, and that those classes will apply to some of the classes you were going to have to take for a master's degree, so then the master's won't take you as long to finish. But you also could just go ahead and get like a second undergraduate degree. So that is up to you and what will best fit with your life plan and how many classes will apply, and if that's something that you really want to do. The fourth tip is to listen to upperclassmen. As a freshman going into college, I listened to the upperclassmen girls because I went into like a program where you get to come in early. It was like a multicultural program at Ohio University, and there were like pretty much like mentors that were upperclassmen, and we split off with those people by ourselves, and not like them always being overseen by the people that were employing them that were part of the university. So we got to have like one-on-one time with students, people that went through exactly what we were about to go through, and they told, at least from like the girls' standpoint, they pretty much told us like, don't be messing with these boys, don't be messing with these athletes, they do not want you, they're just gonna play you and all this other stuff, and just telling us so much. So my freshman year, I completely listened to them. I did not talk to no boys. Like I talked to boys and chilled with them and stuff like that, but it wasn't all the time, and I definitely did not partake in the extraness with boys, because I was like, I'm not about to have this reputation as a freshman that I'm a little slut bucket. Like, no, that was not about to be my reputation as a freshman. So I listened to the girls and did what they said, because I was seeing all these other girls who were also freshmen. This one girl, she like had sex with like 10-12 people before winter quarter, and then after winter quarter, so like in spring quarter, all these people, well, during winter quarter and spring quarter, it was like all these rumors, and like it was even in the newspaper that there was outbreaks of chlamydia and stuff like that, and that's because people were just all over the place having sex. And then I know this like one of my guy friends who's like black, he like messed with a whole bunch of white girls, and I've never known black people to have mono, and the only black people I know that have mono are people that mess with white people. So this one black dude I know, he's messing with this white girl, and then he ended up having mono. And the thing is, when you have mono, you gotta sit in the bed and just sleep. Like, your body physically cannot do anything else, and if you try to do more, you're gonna get other people sick, and you're gonna get sicker, and you're gonna die. You're gonna die. You're gonna die. So he like ended up like pretty much failing out of school because he had mono, because he went to go gallivant with white girls and stuff. And I'm like, really? It was that important, doing stuff with these girls and stuff? Because now you have mono. That's disgusting. So definitely listen to the upperclassmen, and just myself as an upperclassman, everybody just keep your stuff to yourself and don't be having sex with people. You came to college for a reason, which I'm gonna get into that in my tips as well. So let's move on to number 5. Always have snacks that are preferably nutritional, water, and pack a lunch or something you can heat up at a school microwave. It is imperative that you have snacks. My freshman year, I was eating like a whole, because you have a meal plan, and then you have some people's meal plans, at least at OU, you get, if you have flex, I had like flex 14. Yeah, I had flex 14. So I got 14 meals a week. But I could swipe in multiple times into the dining hall, and then I have flex. So flex means you get a certain amount of money every quarter or semester that you can spend at like the market or the little fake Starbucks and stuff like that. So I was buying all these Snickers and just eating them every single day. And my family has bad teeth, and even if your family doesn't have bad teeth, it's not good for your health to be eating stuff like Snickers 24/7, and then it's not good on your teeth in general, especially if you have bad teeth, to eat candy all the time. So I was just messing up my teeth, probably messing up my health and all that type of stuff, not eating healthy things. So definitely try to eat healthy snacks. And then always keep some water on you. If you have to walk long distances or walk up hills, you gonna die. Like, I'm telling you, I never drank water. I never drank water ever, ever, ever. Like, I hated water in high school and before high school. But when college hit, I was like, oh no, I'm gonna have to keep me a bottle of water on me at all times, because you will definitely get real parched and you're gonna end up having to get down on your knees and like drink out a puddle on the ground, because you will be thirsty walking around. And then I'm pretty sure there is somewhere in your school where you have a microwave. So you can like get food that like, I don't know, put macaroni into what's it called? Well, here's the thing, is that if you live in a dorm, then you aren't able to make food. But maybe you have like a TV dinner or something, and maybe you could like heat it up the night before and refrigerate it, and then put it into like a little container, and then heat it up or something in a microwave. And then especially when you live off campus, now you can make food and then put it in some Tupperware and then take it and heat it up in a microwave. Of course, like put it on a plate, put it in something safe to heat, or make sure that you get like the type of Tupperware where you can heat it up. And then also like snacks that are good for walking around and stuff. So I always get the pineapples with the can opener, so it won't spill or anything in my bag, and then I could just pop the can open, have a fork, and eat it. Or the microwavable macaroni, which although perhaps not healthy, it's convenient. Sometimes you have to just eat for convenience when you're in college, which ultimately may affect your health, but that's why whenever you can, you should try and eat healthy and get snacks that are healthy, because there's going to be times where you have to eat for convenience and spend extra money that you might not want to spend for convenience, because you would starve otherwise. Okay, so that was number 5. So on to number 6. Talk to your teachers. I never introduced myself at the beginning of the school year, just because, or the beginning of the class. Hold on, what am I trying to say? I never introduced myself like the first day of class, because I don't know, it just seems like awkward and weird to me. And like, I've seen people go up to a teacher and be like, hi, I'm so and so, just want to introduce myself, bye. Okay, like that's really gonna make them remember you? I don't think so. Like, that's just awkward. That's mad awkward. So I would say, to substitute for the whole make sure you introduce yourself to your teachers on the first day, put yourself out there type thing, make yourself stand out at first by dressing nice, coming early, answering questions, talking and sharing in class, taking charge in your group work in convos, and then also sitting in the front. Then when the assignments start coming in, go to the teacher for help or to just go over ideas. Before assignments come in, maybe you can probe the teacher after class if you want to talk more about what was gone over, like in lecture or something, or if they say something interesting, go up to them, let them know like your thoughts and why it was interesting to you, and that maybe you appreciate them talking about something because it's something you wanted to know or never thought about, and now it has your mind like going. So I think those are better ways and more genuine ways to, or authentic ways to put yourself out there and get to know your teachers and make them remember you, versus the whole hi, how are you at the first day of class. Like, I don't know, that's just always been mad awkward to me. So I personally do all of those things. Like, I try to, you know, dress as nice as possible. You know, sometimes it doesn't work out, but I always sit in the front of class, not only because I can't see without my glasses, but because people are just like afraid to sit in the front of class for some reason in front of the teacher. Show them that you're not scared. Show them that you're there, you're present, you want to be active in class, and that you take this seriously. I think sitting in the front says all those things about you off rip without you having to open your mouth. And then sharing in class. In college, so much of class time is actually talking. It's not like high school where you might just be doing stuff, just writing and answering questions on a piece of paper. Like, it is very conversational based. You have to speak in college. If the job that you want requires you to talk a lot, and that's what your major is for, then you should definitely start practicing in class as much as you can, because you will be talking in your field. You will be standing up in front of people and stuff if that's what your job and major relates to. Just get used to doing it in class, because it makes no sense for you to be silent in class and then have to actually talk when you graduate and not have any experience doing so. But teachers love when students talk if it's like a what is it called, like a discussion based class, because how else are they going to have a good class and try to do things that are more open and non-boring if people don't talk? People always act like they want to talk so much, so go ahead and be involved in the conversation and put yourself out there and learn new things, express your opinion, and listen to other people's opinions, and don't just write them off, and actually think about them and bounce ideas off each other and stuff in class. So that's number 6.
Mama wants the A's, I promise her that I'm passing. Get this college degree, just hope that it's everlasting. Further my education, frat boy aroma. Used to live classic, but now want this diploma. I'm 19, sitting in a pool full of debt. You hear me, Robbie, make them disappear with music, that's the hobby. Can't stand the scale of success, cause I don't have 4 O's, and these 4 O's ain't helping me be the best. But yo, my mind is past the Richter, fix up my habits, grades mint more than my rapping talents. I make it improve professors, they wrong, I must confess her. I ain't taking no silly jokes. Look at the verses that I wrote and pictures that I scribbled. Scriptures from this pencil, Lancer, I'm cutting deep with these worded gizzles. Chill, I'm getting the tissue, making my way to Mitchell. Homework, I can't stand it. Rock rims with them jamming. Assist from Ricardo, DJ pick the roll. Can't nobody stop me, I'm flushing it down the hole. Yo, should probably listen to the lectures that I'm told. Let's go, elementary like Froggy in the toe. What you know, man, I know student loans feel like mediocres. Monster, I'm mediocre, shooting meteors at okers. Can't wait to get degree, fix your way debris. Looking at my classmates, hope they remember me. Sheesh, the college diet, beer, easy mac and ramen. Terrible Huffman breakfast, in the mirror when rhyming. Cool fellow and fellow, I'm taking naps and naps. Slaying her and Slater, rocking the Cleveland hat.